In this video, you'll discover how to make intermittent fasting and the ketogenic diet easy. Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Zarowski and welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, it's a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and join our notification community so I can help you excel your health and your life. In this video, we're talking about how to make intermittent fasting and keto easy. You know, if you've been doing this for a while, then there's a good chance there's some things that are going to stump you along the way. But also, if you're brand new to this, then there's a lot of things that come up that really mess you up. So what we want to do is talk about intermittent fasting and keto, and I want to give you some practical tips that are going to help you find absolute success. Let's start with intermittent fasting here. Now, what I recommend first is if you're doing intermittent fasting, you're actually following a ketogenic diet. Now, if you're not following strict keto, you're at least doing low carb, which is going to just allow a little bit more carbs into your lifestyle than keto would. Now, this is important because first of all, it's going to be a highly nutritious diet. Secondly, it's going to help balance your metabolic hormones. Also, it's going to shut down craving and hunger centers in the brain. And then lastly, eating a lot of fat is very satiating, especially if you're doing like intermittent fasting or even one meal a day. It's very important that you're not getting this ravenous hunger throughout the day. Following a good quality diet is going to be really critical in order to find success with that. So keto or low carb. Next is change your focus. Now, this is where a lot of people are always asking me all the things that they can have. They want a whole list of things that they can have that won't break their fast. As a matter of fact, I did a video for you on that very topic. It's in the description. I'll put it there. But here's the deal. When you first start doing intermittent fasting, focus on doing a good pure fast. Just think water, okay? Don't think about all the things that are gonna put you on the edge of breaking that fast. Just thinking of doing a good pure fast, and that's how you're gonna get the best results with it. And so change your focus and think good, clean fast, okay? Next here is best hours. A lot of people ask me all the time, what are the best hours for me to do intermittent fasting? Well, that really depends on you, okay? So with me knowing nothing about you, it's very difficult for me to actually make the claim that I would know your best hours. Now, when we look at intermittent fasting in general, I actually did a video, and I'll put that in the description below. I'll go ahead and reference a lot of things that I've done in the past that are going to be really good resources for you here. But I've done a video that actually shows you like what happens metabolically through all the hours of intermittent fasting. But when it comes to the best hours for you, it really depends on your lifestyle, right? Now, for me, I can give you an example of, let's say, 16 and 8 intermittent fasting. If I'm doing 16 and 8, it's best if I actually stop eating early in the night and then fast all through the night into the morning, and then that way I can actually have lunch with my coworkers, my family, and my friends. And it makes it very easy for me. If I'm doing one meal a day, I like to have dinner because that way I can sit down and eat with my 3 kids and wife. And so anyway, that is suitable for me. So what you want to do is you want to find the best hours that fit into your lifestyle, okay? And that's going to help you find absolute success. A lot of times when we first start these different strategies, we're very rigid with them, and we always are, just asking everybody else's opinion. But at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is what works for you. So keep that in mind there. Now let's move over to keto, okay? Now, when it comes to the ketogenic diet, the thing that is so important is to make sure that you have a plan, okay? So if you're going to a friend's house, going to visit some family, always have a plan. Going out to eat, make sure you're having a plan as to how you can stick to the ketogenic diet. And when you first start the keto diet, if you want to find absolute success with it, you need to make sure that you actually have the proper foods around you in order to maybe have a snack or maybe have a good quality meal that you can easily throw together. And what I'll do for that there is I have a video that I did that talks about all the main foods that you need to make sure you have in your house when starting the ketogenic diet. I'll put that in the description here, but always make sure that you have a plan because that's the quickest way to fail. When you first start the ketogenic diet, the first thing that comes up is go, oh my goodness, what am I going to eat? Especially if you came from a really low quality diet, you just feel that you can't eat anything. So once again, check out that video and I talk about the top foods you need to have around you, especially when starting the ketogenic diet. Make sure you have a plan at all times because if you don't, you will fail. You're going to just run into situations that you don't know how to navigate, you'll fail. Next here is ditch the junk. In your house, in your car, in your desk, wherever it's at, make sure you just get the junk food out of there. When you are transitioning from a low quality diet to the keto diet and you have a whole bunch of junk around you, it's going to be very easy to grab it and just totally throw you off the rails. And especially, during the first couple weeks of the ketogenic diet, you can have a lot more cravings. And so, if your favorite junk food is there, then you'll probably eat it and mess up your whole diet. So get rid of it, get it out of the house, and literally just start fresh. And once again, go to that ketogenic diet food list there, and that's going to help you get the proper foods in your home, and that way you're going to find success with it. Next here is lateral shifts, okay? when people start a new diet, one of the things that they try to do is be hard on themselves. Get rid of everything that they love, and you're putting your foot down, and this is where you're moving forward. What I recommend is, yes, you do get rid of all the junk food, of course, but then you find lateral shifts to things you love. Now, a lateral shift to maybe loving some chocolate would be to get some sugar-free chocolate that's sweetened with stevia or monk fruit. A lateral shift to someone who drinks a lot of soda would be to get maybe a lightly flavored sparkling water. Now, you can also find lateral shifts in all the things you love. And if it's cookies, for instance, you can make some really delicious keto cookies. So anyway, always find lateral shifts so that you can find success, okay? Now, the next thing here is goals, okay? When we look at intermittent fasting and keto, a lot of people have goals that are just like, I want to lose weight, okay? Well, that's not a very worthy goal. I want you to have higher level goals, okay? Now, everybody likes to look good. Don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to lose that weight and be proud of their appearance. But here's the deal. If your only goal is weight loss, you'll probably have some issues with that along the way. Now, having goals like reducing inflammation and, having longevity and having more energy, more focus, and just feeling better, having reduced pain and discomfort, those are all great goals that you'll start noticing as you follow the ketogenic diet, right? Here's the thing, if it's just weight loss alone, that varies for everybody. I recently had somebody that commented and said, well, I've been doing intermittent fasting and keto for 2 weeks and I haven't lost any weight. I'm so frustrated. Well, here's the deal. Is that based on your metabolism and your metabolic hormones and how things are functioning in your body, your level of insulin sensitivity, this is going to vary for everybody. Now, for some people, they actually may have to go through quite a bit of a healing process before they start shedding that weight. For some people, it's just the results are always going to vary. And so we always have to make sure that we're not just focusing on our appearance and weight loss. We actually are focusing on higher goals that are actually going to set us up for success, okay? And so when we look at this, always make sure that you have good goals and have them at the forefront, okay? I can tell you when it comes to intermittent fasting and the ketogenic diet, first of all, I love it because I don't have crashes throughout the day. It's very important for me to have high energy all day, especially when I'm working with patients. I like my focus. I have much better focus when doing it. The next thing is that I feel so much better. A lot of the aches and the pains and things like that of just normal life, if I'm not doing the keto diet and intermittent fasting, start to present themselves, okay? So going in and doing this just gives me a better quality of life, and it's so much better that I actually don't ever want to go back. And so I like following a low carb diet. I like doing intermittent fasting. And so that is what really drives me. And so, hey, if I lose some weight along the way, it's a good byproduct. Anyway, these are some practical guides here as to how you can make intermittent fasting and the ketogenic diet easy. Share this with your friends and give this video a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you have questions, put it in the comment section here below. Then also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Check out all the resources I put in the description. And then lastly, check out some of the other videos I've done on how you can improve your health. I'll see you in the next video.